original and authentic, like the queen you are, then this is the program for you. Tune in to Real Women Real Talk with Kiki Okewale on Women Radio 91.7 FM every Friday by 5 p.m. as Kiki Okewale brings on different leading women who will give you a bite into their growth journey and how they beat all odds to become who they are today. Real Women Real Talk.
Good evening, gentlemen, my lovely, amazing queen. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. Welcome to Real Women Real Talk with me, your host, Kiki Okewale. How has your week been? How has your week been? Mine. Should we just talk about it or should we just not talk about it? Because mine has been a roller coaster. Like, the cost of everything is getting so out of this world. Like, I can't even imagine how people are coping. Yesterday, I had to do a video and say, how are you doing it? Entrepreneurs, business owners, women, my fellow women, how are you doing it? Mine has just been one of those weeks that, just really made me think again. I'm not even going to lie to you. I have had moments where I had to ask myself, now who send you message? Now who send you message? Entrepreneur, coach. Now who send you message? OMG, it's been a roller coaster. I was thinking a lot about the path that I chose because everything in life is about choices, right? So I've been asking myself, this path that you are choosing, hey, what is going on? I've also had time to think about the woman I set out to be and the woman that I am becoming. And it's just been something, honestly. But we're grateful to be alive. We're grateful for how far we've come. We're grateful for the journey. It can be better, but we're alive. Only the living can complain, right? That's what they say. Only the living can complain. Just few minutes before I came online, one of my suppliers said to me, oh, everything going on in the world has made the price increase. And I'm sorry to say, this is somebody that I just paid for some of my products. And they're saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to ship out the product. Why? Because the cost of everything has changed and you're going to have to add more money for me or I'm happy to refund. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Are you joking? And that's just the reality, not just of me, but a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of people out there right now. The cost of everything is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So I want to ask you a question today. If I ask you right now, are you living the life you actually chose? What would that answer be? Be honest. Be very, very honest. Are you living the life that you chose? Is this what you bargained for? I really want to know because when we talk about a woman's journey, most of us, especially um, those of us in this part of the world, most of us immediately think about what the person has achieved, what the person has built, how far she has come when we talk about a woman's journey. And for me, I really believe that it's more than all of those things. But the truth is, there's a version of every woman that never got to fully show up. There's a version of every woman that never got to fully show up. Not because she wasn't capable, not because she wasn't ready, but because somewhere along the way, quietly, without a loud no or a slam door, she just rerouted. I know that I've rerouted so many times in my life and in my journey. What about you? Have you had to reroute at the beginning of your journey, like maybe when you were coming out of school, or you were setting out to work, or you were setting out to have your own business? You know, is it that same path that you're still on? Have you had a detour, along the line? I really want to know because a lot of times we see women, we see their journey, we see where they have, how far they've come, but we really don't know, understand how they got there. Yesterday, I was in the midst of so many amazing women. The event was put together by fashion people, and they invited women, and the topic was so It was so key. It talked about blueprints and the barriers that we had to break to get there. And this wasn't a panel. This wasn't a somebody just giving you a lowdown of their life. This was everyone having to share, how far they've come and the blueprints, the breakthroughs, and everything in between. How they got to where they are. It was such an amazing, and I just want to say shout out to Dr. Yeti Okonobi, because honestly, that was such an amazing gathering. And one of the questions that was asked was, a lot of times we see women, a lot of times we reading about somebody's journey, and we really don't know how they got there. And sometimes people say, why is it that women are being celebrated all the time? I honestly believe that women need to be celebrated on a daily basis. We're nurturers, we're multitaskers, we're doing multiple things at the same time, trying to be a mother, trying to be a wife, trying to be an entrepreneur, trying to be all of these things at the same time. My husband says to me all the time that I'm not sure how you do it, because if my husband is on the phone, he cannot function doing something else. Like he's trying to type and you're trying to say, babe, can you? He's like, no, I need to finish this. And that's how women we're multitaskers. We should be celebrated on a daily basis. So what I'd like to say, what I'd like to know is, are you still living that journey that you started out from? Are you still living in that? Is it a role that the role that you're in now, is it what you started out as, or is it what you wanted it to be? Because I had to have a detour, and that's why we're talking about detour today. A lot of times I had to oh, this is what I want for myself. This is the idea of the things that I want. And along the line, I just realized, I had to have a detour. I had to move right. I had to move left. And I believe that it's the same for everyone. Am I right? Or is it just me? Be honest. Is it just me? So I'd really want to know. Like I said, there's a version of every woman that never got to fully show up, not because she wasn't capable, not because she wasn't ready, but because somewhere along the way, quietly, without a loud no or a slammed door, she was rerouted. She was rerouted into a role she didn't apply for. I mean, when I look at my role as a mom, I'm like, when did I apply for this job? Into a version of herself she didn't design. Life happens, she found herself in the role and she's playing that role into a life that fits everyone else perfectly, but feels slightly too small for her. And I honestly think that we don't talk about this enough. We celebrate the women who made it. We celebrate the women, who are up there. But we rarely stop to ask, what did she have to leave behind to get there? What part did she abandon? What version of herself did she quietly put down? What version of herself did she lose? A lot of that, we don't take time to really ask those questions. And that's what they were asking yesterday. What did you have to drop to become the woman you are today? So I don't think we should always just celebrate the end or where the person is. I believe strongly in the becoming. How did we get there? What are the things, the paths you had to take to get there? Celebrate them for even the journey, the path, right? Because here's what nobody tells you. The glass ceiling gets a lot of attention, but the glass detail, that's where most women actually get lost. A lot of people have lost themselves along the way, asking, feeling, this is not who I really wanted to be. How did I get here? And a lot of people feel like they've lost themselves. But having a detour doesn't stop you. Having a detour sometimes is just a redirection. And yes, before you know it, you are years down a road you never chose. I know. Wondering how you got here. A lot of people wanted to come out of school and just get a 9-to-5 job of their dream. And before you know it, somebody is saying, you better start a business. You better start a business because you're not getting that job. Start something, and before you know it, it's been 5 years. Before you know it, it's been 10 years. And that's why I really want to talk about this. Are you living the life that you actually planned? Are you living that life? Or suddenly you are asking yourself, what am I doing? What am I doing? And then you're blaming yourself. You're feeling guilty. You're going into depression because it kind of feels like this is not the life I bargained for. This is not the life that I wanted. How did I get here? And I've met with women who lost themselves and they're feeling so dejected, so sad that this is not what I wanted to be. This is not who I wanted to be. So if you're listening, you're going to call me, right? You're going to call me to share with me. And if you're joining me on social media or your YouTube, you're going to like drop a message for me to know, are you living the life that you planned out for? Like when you were growing up, when you were like planning your life, we all have that plan. Like, oh, I never thought I was going to be printing fabrics here in Nigeria. Huh? I didn't even think about it. It was never for a very long time a part of my plan. Life happened, and I'm like, I'm going to solve this problem. It wasn't something I never thought about it. So that is life giving me a detour. So whatever you're doing right now, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're a 9 to 5, are you doing the job you planned out to do? Did life give you a detour? And how are you coping with that? Right? Are you asking yourself, how did I get here? And you're asking, is it too late to find my way back to the original plan I had for myself? So this evening, we're having a very honest conversation. We're talking about the glass detour, what it looks like when a woman's path gets quietly redirected. How did it happen? Why did it happen? And most importantly, what it takes to find your way back to the road that was already yours. Because some of us, we take a detour and we're still happy with where we find ourselves. They're like, you know what? This is where I was actually meant for. This is what I was made for. I was telling my friend recently, and I said to her that, you know what? I couldn't have imagined, or if they had told me to draw like the map of my life, I couldn't have drawn something like this. I would have settled for less. I'm not even joking. So a lot of us, maybe with the detour, we're grateful for how far we've come. But some people take this detour and they're like, no, I need to find my way back. I need to find my way back. I don't know what table you are in right now. Are you feeling, oh, I'm glad, I'm grateful for where I am? Or are you feeling, no, I want to find my way back to the road that was always mine. This journey that I'm on, this is not my path. But first, you already know what's coming. Let's play my favorite song because I'm sure someone is wondering, are we not going to play this song? Is she not going to play this song? Are we just going to dig deep into the topic? We got to relax a little, right? We got to like take a chill pill. We've got to take a chill pill. Let me just tell you something. This radio show today is as good for you as it is for me because I've had a long, long week. I have had a long, long week that I need this radio show today to even relax and take a chill pill. I've told no one should come into my office. No one should come into my office. This is me taking a breather. Few minutes before this radio show, I was screaming my lungs out. Ah, why did you do this? This is not a customer's color. Color is not coloring. The fuel is fueling. The bills are billing. Everything is just happening. But yes, we are here. So let's enjoy Tatiana Manoy's Like You. Let's just take a chill pill. Let's remember that we're here for a purpose. Let's just take the song and listen to the wordings of the song. And when I get back, we are going to be talking about this lifing, and detour that happens to almost every one of us, if not all of us. So, Like You by Tatiana Manoy. I'll be right back.
You gotta get up.
You gotta get up and make the move.
Cause the
Cause
world
the world will never see you.
no, they don't really
No, they
care what
don't
you're
really care what
going
you're
through.
going through.
So you gotta show 'em, baby. You gotta show 'em the real you.
The reason
You gotta give 'em what you
is that
got.
what you got.
No, don't let them see what you're not. Cause you are strong,
You have got.
you are wise. You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can't be perfect, baby. Cause nobody's perfect, darling. But no, 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 there's nobody in the world like you.
Like you. There is no one in the
What do
world
you do when
like
you
you.
can't let go?
There is absolutely no one in the world like you. If only you could see me the way I ran out here right now when I heard the noise. Yes, because I don't want nobody disturbing my video program with you guys. No, we got to enjoy ourselves. So that was Like You by Tatiana Manois. I wish I can get to play everything, but no, I can't. Make sure you go listen to it. It's so important to know that you're here for a divine purpose. Anyways, welcome back to Real Women Real Talk. Now, for today's coach, you know how we do it, right? The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. Hey, should we be clocking that? Should we be clocking that? That is from Alice Walker. And I'll take that again, just in case you missed the memo. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. Are you sitting there thinking you don't have any power? Are you thinking, oh, I'm just a cleaner? Oh, I'm just a cook. Oh, I'm just a baker. Oh, I'm just a designer. Oh, I'm just a this. And you're thinking that you don't have your own power? Do you know that the things that you can do are your superpowers? Do you know that not everybody can do what you do and do it excellently well the way you do? And then you sit there and think you do not have any power. Uh-uh. Not under my watch. Not today. Now, let's talk about my next quote from Erica May. A woman who knows what she brings to the table is not afraid to eat alone. Hey, can I just hear you clock it? Are you clocking it right now? My daughter will be laughing so much if she hears me. I think I've abused this clock it thing because anything she's saying, I'm just like, clock it. But seriously, though, I think this is a clock it moment. A woman who knows what she brings to the table. When somebody asks me what I bring to the table, I tell them I am the table, baby. I am the table. And some of you are still playing small. You're still playing small, feeling like you're not important. Do you realize that even if you're a cleaner, if somewhere like for me, I have zero tolerance for them. I have zero tolerance for them. I have allergies. Any little dirt, you would see me sneezing. I have zero. So do you know how important the job of the cleaner is? Some of you just say, I'm just a designer. Do you understand that if you're not designing, some people are not wearing outfits? Like, how dare you say, like, dim your own light? How dare you? Tell me in the comment section if you're watching me live. Tell me in the comment section what you do. How can you feel like what you do is not important? A woman who knows what she brings to the table, I don't care what you're doing. Whatever you're doing brings value. You're a security. If you're not securing that place, you know what could happen? You're an accountant. Let me not talk about that. What do you do that you feel like it's not important? A woman who knows what she brings to the table is not afraid to eat alone. If you like, be selling food stuff. Do you realize how important food stuff is to us? If you're not selling food stuff, tell me what we're going to eat. Tell me what we're going to eat. I mean, honestly, a woman who knows what she brings to the table is not afraid to eat alone, but she should never have to. We don't want you to eat alone. We're not saying, do everything by yourself. No. Life is not about living it alone. Life is sweet, it's beautiful when there are people all around you. So what do you do? And who is that person that is telling you that what you do is not important? Who is that person that wants to make you feel less of yourself? That, oh, you're just a, there is nothing like you are just a, there is nothing. You are here for a divine purpose. Everyone has a role to play for the world to become what it is. You are just a barber. Look at my Gorimapa head. If there's no barber, tell me how I'll be looking this fly with short hair. Everyone brings something to the table. And you know, this particular quote, I'm dwelling on it because a lot of people, I've met with a lot of women who say, you know, I'm just a, thank you, Toyin. See, I'm already getting messages. Toyin says, whatever job you do, there's dignity in labor. Whatever. Yorùbá will say, ọ̀lẹ nìkan ló ráyé, ọ̀rẹ́ nìkan ni ò ráyé wá. Only a lazy person that is not doing anything, that wakes up, sleeps, and does nothing. As far as you're doing something, if you like, they call you somewhere, you go and sweep their house every morning. You are a support system to somebody. So I want to know what you do in the comment section for those of you on YouTube and on social media. Tell me what you do in the comment section and tell me the role that you play in making the world a better place. Don't ever let anybody ask what you bring to the table. You are the table. You are the value. We have a call. Hello. Hello. Oh, network, not today. Hello, can you hear me? Well, you can't hear me. I cannot hear you, though. Hello. Oh, no, I can't hear you. Oh, I lost the call. And I haven't even called the number yet. So I think it's about time I called the number because I want you to call me. In fact, we're going to make this session a bragging kind of session. This is what I do, and this is the value that I bring. Yes, let's brag about it. It's about time that we value the things that we do. I mean, this is what you should be phoning me, be telling me. Yes, you know, we're talking about the detour. You call me and tell me the detour that has happened. I've always wanted to be XYZ. This is who I am right now, and this is the value that I bring. And for those of you that feel like you still want to find your way back to that path where you really wanted to be, tell us that path that you really wanted to be. And where you are right now, you never know. Somebody might just be listening and like, you know what? I can help you achieve that dream of yours. You never know. You know, hundreds and thousands and millions of people are listening to us right now. Yes, I'm clocking the million part because, yeah, I want millions of people to be listening to me. But yeah, please make sure you call. So that was me really emphasizing on that quote. A woman who knows what she brings to the table is not afraid to eat alone, but she should never have to. And that is from Emeka May. Now, I want to ask you something. Think about the woman you were building towards. Remember, I was talking about how important the becoming is. Think about the woman you were building towards 5 years ago, 10 years ago. When I think about how far I've come, I'm just like, see the way you love me, see the way you care for me. You carry my matter for your head, though. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Yeah. I just like to when I think about how far I've come, and I'm sure you feel the same way as well. The good, the bad, the ugly, right? We've all had to encounter various things in our life that have not been palatable. We've all had to encounter things in our life we thought was going to kill or destroy us. But guess what? You're still here, listening to me. You're still here, breathing. That is a big deal, right? There are people that had it all together, better than us, but they're gone. So it's not by the works of our righteousness, right? So think about the woman you were building towards 5 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe even before the work started telling you who to become. What did she look like? What was she doing? What was she certain about? Like, I had moments in my life I was so certain that That the billionaires of Nigeria, my name will be mentioned. And I'm on that journey because my name was entered Guinness Book of Record. And what's all this one when they are saying the 100 most influential or the richest? My name was entered. We are still on that journey, right? So, but basically, what I want us to do is think back to where we're coming from. Now, look at where you are today. Is this the road that you chose? Is this the road that you chose, or did you just end up here? For many women, the answer is complicated because the glass detail doesn't announce itself. It doesn't come with a warning. It comes disguised as compromise. It comes disguised as responsibility. A lot of times we've had to compromise on the standard of the life that we really wanted, right? Sometimes it comes as responsibility. And you know, when responsibility comes, you have to do what you have to do. As being responsible. Sometimes it's putting others first. And one day you look up and realize the path you are on is well worn and comfortable and completely unfair to you. You're like, how did I get here? Hello, Damala. How are you doing? You're like, how did I get here? This is not the path I chose for myself. This is not the path. Me, that when I woke up, I lost my dad, and I said, UK. This is where I'm going to be living. When I left Nigeria for UK, I carried the sound of Nigeria that, bye-bye, I'm not coming back. It's already too late. I'm not coming back. When I enter UK like this, I say, Father Lord, thank you. I'm never coming back to Nigeria. Nigeria, hold yourself. Oh, Nigeria, this and that. But here I am today. Here I am today. When I go outside Nigeria for more than 10 days, my head will start to do, I want to go home. I want to go home. Everything just starts frustrating me like, if not for the children, sometimes I have no choice. But Nigeria, I never wanted to come back to is the Nigeria that, yes, Nigeria is not everything we want it to be. I know that. So don't come for me like, I used to be why you want to go back to Nigeria, but that's the path that I chose. That is where my happy place is. And I know that Nigeria is not everything and more, but I love it. We will build it. We are the ones that will build it. We will not keep complaining. There are a lot of complainers out there. The question is, what are you doing to play your part? And let's not even go into that. Oh, Nigeria will frustrate you. Nigeria will happen to. I understand that. But if we all run away, who is going to fix it? If we're all not playing our own part, we're all running away from manufacturing, everybody is importing. Who is going to employ the people? So I'm just saying that the path that I chose for myself, that's not where I am right now. Do I regret where I am? No, I'm grateful. Do I want a better Nigeria? Absolutely. Please give us life. Absolutely. Will I leave Nigeria except for vacation? No. This is the path that I chose. I don't want to wait for someone else to do their own part. I want to do my own part. I have over 50 staff. If I combine my businesses, I have almost 70-something staff. If I don't employ these people, who will? If all the companies and all the entrepreneurs are not doing their own part, who will? So I'm grateful for the path that I chose, or the path that life brought me, because it's not the path that I chose. The path that I chose is me being in UK and doing my work and be hustling. But when God says soft life can also come to me, who am I to complain? Yes, Common and Natural says we all should play our part to make Nigeria better. I agree with you. We all should play our part. The countries that we see and we love, that's not how Jesus Christ left the world. They made it. So we should play our part, right? So tell me. Are you living the life that you planned for yourself? Or did life happen? Please tell me, phone me. I want to know. I want to talk to you. I just shared. I'm always the one sharing my journey with you. See, Gone are the days of radio as a magazine. Gone are those days. Now is the time, or even on radio, I want to hear from you. Yes, thank you, Damola. You see, I love my active people. These are my family members. But Gerald Damola says, first, our mindset has to shift. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. We need a total mindset overall. We need a total mindset. Like when I literally listen to people and I hear them curse Nigeria, I'm like, ah, that doesn't sit well with me. Like you're cursing the country that you're from. You're cursing the country and you want, why do you think they always say God bless America? Why? God bless Nigeria. And yes, I understand. So he says, this is not the path. So she's saying that no, it's not the path that she chose, but she is grateful. So in fashion stuff, I am grateful on your behalf as well. It can only get better. I pray that, if the path you find yourself is where God has destined for you, that things become better and you see the silver lining, right? And if it is not the path and you want to retrace your step, I pray that, God will help you find that redirection that will take you to where you want to be. Because life happens all the time. Life happens all the time. And if you can hear that noise, yes. Did I not just say, give us life? That sound is that they just brought life. Hallelujah, somebody. And I don't know why it's making that noise back to back because I didn't taking it and bringing it back. But yeah, that's the reality of where we find ourselves. So, sorry, but I'm not sorry. So, we're talking about the glass detour. We're talking about the glass detour because women are not just held back by ceilings. We are rerouted by expectations. We are rerouted by system, by the quiet, persistent pressure to be everything that everyone wants us to be, and to be everything to everyone, and somehow still find a way to be ourselves. But here is where it gets important because this talk is very important. It's not just for me to be gisting. I know today feels like gist. Yeah, I know. Let's be gisting. I mean, there's a whole lot going on in the world already. There's a lot of things stressing us already. So if we can just gist, why not? Why not? But somehow, the reason why this talk is important is because lately I've been talking to a lot of women and they feel unfulfilled. A lot of people feel unfulfilled, like this is not a life that I plan for myself. This is where I find myself. A lot of women are going into depression. A lot of people are losing themselves. And yes, sometimes, life doesn't happen. It's not just the ceilings that hold us back. Sometimes we are routed by our own expectation or even the expectation of others. Oh, this is who I want you to be. This is you're capable of this and much more, whether it's what you want to do or not. A lot of times, things just happen and we're being conditioned to be who we are, not necessarily who we want to be. Sometimes it's the quiet, persistent pressure to be everything to everyone. And somehow you still want to find yourself. And I always say to people, see, you are not Jesus Christ. You cannot be everything to everyone. When people ask me how I'm able to manage multiple businesses and then I'm able to be a mom, to be a wife, to be an entrepreneur, I say, I prioritize it. Some days I'm the perfect mom. Some days I am not. Some days I'm the most loving, amazing wife. Some days my husband just needs to understand. Some days I'm the good boss. Some days I am the evil witch boss. It's okay. I have to prioritize my life as well because I do matter. I do matter and I should never come last when it comes to my life. You should never come last. So this is where it gets important. The detour is not the destination. And recognizing recognizing that is the first step to finding your way back. Let's say, for example, let me use a layman's explanation. I'm going to the island right now from mainland, and I'm using GPS. The GPS says, take Ikorodu Road. I use Coconut Head, and I went to take Third Mainland. what would it do? Rerouting. It doesn't mean that my journey has ended. I took a detour, but it is not the end of my destination. And the fact that I know that, yes, maybe I missed that turning. Maybe there's traffic on a particular turning I was supposed to take, and I went to another turning, and I missed it. Does that make it my destination? No, it's what? It is a detour. And recognizing that it's a detour is the first step in finding your way back. Am I making sense? Do you get what I'm saying? Are you clocking it with me? So the phone lines are open. I'd like to hear from you. Are you living on the path that you set out from the very beginning? Let's have this conversation. The phone number to call is 07000 917 917. We also have a toll-free line for my beautiful ladies. What this means is that when you call, you are not charged. It's totally free of charge. The number to call is 0800 1235 917. Remember, you can also send us a text message to be a part of the conversation. Raj says, yes, coach, you're making sense. Thank you so very much. So you can also send a WhatsApp message to 0703 1756 537 to be a part of the conversation. If you're joining us live on social media, on YouTube, please drop a comment. I want to read from you. I want to know when you set out 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever time it was that you set out to, that you were thinking about who you want to become. Is that who you are right now? Or did life happen for you to take a detour? I met with a lady who wanted to be XYZ. She lost her husband and lost the line, and everything changed. Now she's a coach that actually talks to widows. That was life changing the detour. That was life changing the trajectory of our plan and our journey. Life happens to us all. I wanted to just be in the UK. If I like, let me just shall be in the UK. That UK was my coconut, and I shall want to be outside Nigeria. But here I am today in Nigeria, enjoying my life. I mean, life happens every now and then, but I'm glad that I'm here. So I want to know, when you set out, are you where you want to be? Did you set out to be an entrepreneur? Is that what you're doing? Did you set out to have a 9-to-5 job in a bank? Is that what you're doing? Did you set out to be a chef? Is that what you're doing? If it's not what you're doing, are you trying to find your way back? Or are you grateful for the detour because it has actually showed you who you should actually be and where you should be? Because a lot of times we feel like we know who we want to be or where we need to be. And we just realize that no, the plans that God has for us are bigger and better. I like to say this all the time, that the plans that you have for me, they are plans of good, they are not of evil. And they take me to an expected end, because I realized very early in life that, I say this all the time, that the creator, I use mobile phone or a car as an example all the time, and I'll use a mobile phone again. When you buy a mobile phone, most of us, the maximum we use with our mobile phone, we make call, we do WhatsApp, we use our social media platform. Maybe some of us, we use notes. Some of us, maybe we use some few. But I have not met anyone that uses the entire capacity of what their phone can do. Did you know that recently I realized, all right, so I'm going to come back to that. Let me read this message real quick. I wanted to become a forensic scientist. In fact, I have a master's degree in forensic science. But here I am, a baker. I am grateful to God. Wow. Wow. Who would have thought forensic scientist to being a baker? Tell us, Damola, how has that journey been for you? Have you had times where you're feeling sad that you're not living that dream of being a forensic scientist, right? Or are you glad that you actually got this detour in life? It's very important for us to learn from lessons, because we have younger people who are, they have a plan of what they want to be. And sometimes I tell them, if this journey, while you're trying in the journey of becoming, you can have a detour, right? And make sure that you're still trying to follow through with that path. Sometimes, I mean, I've had students who have their jobs, they just come and say, oh, coach, I want to learn this rhinestone for it to just be a side hustle. And down the line, months or years, I'm like, oh, how you doing? How's your side hustle? And they're like, coach, it's no longer a side hustle. It is now the main hustle. Because I never knew that this was actually what I really wanted to do. So a lot of times, let's not be fixated. Yes, it's good to have a plan. It's good to try to follow through with it. But sometimes the plan that God has for us are bigger, they are better. And sometimes it might totally be different from the plan that you have for yourself. I was listening to Ms. Dawoshika one time where she said there was one time she wanted to be an accountant. She studied, she did her ACCA, she did her this, she got the job of accounting. She's like, hell no, this is not for me. She wanted to be a lawyer. And then she did this and that. And she was like, no, this is not me. And a lot of times, and it's okay. Don't feel bad until you figure it out. Until you figure it out, there is nothing to feel bad about. Let them say, yes, you have tried 10 things. It is your life. It is your life. Right? So if you're just joining us, welcome. This is Real Women Real Talk with me, your host. I am Kiki Okewale. And this evening, we're talking about the glass detour. And I want to break it down how it actually happens. Because it really looks dramatic. It looks ordinary. It looks like life. And the first one is the detour of expectation. This is the one nobody talks about because it is wrapped in love, it is wrapped in tradition, it is wrapped in culture, you know, the expectations people have for you. It is the path that was already drawn for you before you were old enough to even draw your path. Oh, my daughter, I want you to be a doctor. You will be a very good doctor. Oh, your father has an hospital, so because of that, you have to be a doctor. Oh, your mother does this, so because of that, you have to do that. Growing up, they've already programmed you. This is what you have to be. This is who you have to become. That is what we call the digital expectation, where you know things have already been mapped out for you. The role you stepped into, not because you chose that role, but because it was waiting for you. And because everyone around you seemed so certain. Have you ever felt like somebody telling you that I'm so certain that this is who you are meant to be? Because, you know, a lot of times people have expectations. They look at you and they say, no, this is who you should be. Forgetting that you have your own life to live, you know? And, you know, a lot of times it feels like people want you to be this person. Everyone around you seemed so certain that it was right. That's the right road for you. And sometimes people look at you and they just be like, ah. In fact, sometimes people look at me and they just be like, should have been a lawyer. I'm like, me. Someone look at you and you should have been like, I'm like, didn't realize I'm actually a shy person. When we were at the event yesterday, I was talking about, you know, one of my aunties, I met her there, she was saying, the way you talk, the way you do this. I'm like, auntie, do you know I'm actually a shy person? And everyone was like, you should go into public speaking more. You should do this, you should do. I'm like, I'm shy. I know I don't look like it. I don't know why people don't believe me, but I'm actually shy. I'm shy. Every time I go up stage, before I go up stage, my throat is dry. I'm drinking water. I'm having palpitation. Yes, when I get up there, I mean, I just embody it and I enjoy it. But yeah, I'm a shy person. So what people think I should be cannot be who I will be because now me know who I be, right? So I asked Damola earlier, and she said, I believe by the time I brainstorm with other people, it will come to fruition. It will come to fruition by God's grace. It will come to fruition by God's grace. All right, so I was talking about the detail of expectation. You know, you feel you're doing that thing because everyone says that's where you should be. Until one day it doesn't. And by then, you are so far down the road that turning back feels impossible. But here's what I want you to know. Recognizing the detail is not betrayal. It is clarity, right? By you understanding that I'm living someone else's expectation. Don't feel bad. Don't feel betrayed. Just get the clarity and then work towards living your life on your own terms. Number two, the detour of diminishment. This one is very soft, right? A lot of people think because you're outspoken, you are not shy. Exactly. Now, me know I'm very shy. I'm very, very shy. I mean, I'm a shy. I'm why shy you shy? But I mean, I am shy. Um, so the detail of diminishment, this one is subtle and in many ways even more dangerous. It is the moment a woman starts making herself smaller. You shrink yourself, you enter into a space, you feel like, oh, I'm not good enough. They're asking you, what do you bring to the table? You're like, I'm just a, I don't bring anything to the table. Please, let me join your table. If you cannot let me join your table, just pour me the crumbs. Just give me the crumbs from your table. Oh, Lord, have mercy, don't mind me. But seriously, though, a lot of times we play small, not because we have to, but because we've been told that playing small is okay. And in 100 quiet ways, we've been told that, you shine too much, you talk too much, you are doing too much. Somebody looked at me one time and said, only you, why are you doing multiple business? Is it your multiple business? Is it your multiple business? Leave me alone. If that's what I want to do, then let me do it. Is it your life? Is it your you? No, it is me, and I will do what I want to do. Right? I'm not going to let anybody let me do my life. I'm not going to let anybody tell me to play small. I'm not going to enter anywhere and ask, oh, can I sit on your table? I will go and create my own table because I am the table. Even myself, I will choose who will be on my table. Yes. So some of you play small. Some of you want to, validation. I want this person to recognize me. I want to be on this person's crew. I beg, day your day, I day my day. It's okay. The people will love me. The people will want me on their table because I can be on multiple tables. The people who want me on my table that will not ask me to dim my light. If you feel like my light is shining too bright, I cannot. Go and wear glasses. Go and wear glasses. So you see, this diminishment one is very, very key because a lot of people have lost their way. When people tell you, oh, you are too ambitious, oh, you are too loud, oh, you're too focused, oh, you're too much. And so they adjust, they soften their edges, they shrink their drinks to fit the room. She stops raising her hand as often. One day, my daughter came home and said, one of her classmates, they were laughing at her that she's always asking questions. Eh? How? And my daughter was feeling bad and she's like, oh, I'm not going to ask questions too again. Eh? God no go shame us. You will ask who? If they're not asking questions, I have to explain it to her. That is a problem when you have questions to ask and you can't raise up your hand. And so they want to fit you into their own table. They want to shrink you. They want you to soften your edging. They want you to dim your light. They want you to diminish because you shining your light is making them feel on, what's that English? Borrow me that English. I had a 1 hour conversation with my daughter. I'm like, no, you're always going to ask the questions. You're always going to lift your hand. She said every time they need somebody to come out to do something on the board, she's always the one. My daughter, my dear, dear daughter, I am loving you for this. I am praying that you continue to let your light shine. I am praying that you will not dim your light because of anybody. Because a lot of adults today have dimmed their light. Uncomfortable, thank you, that's the word. A lot of adults today have dimmed their light and they have forgotten who they are because of other people. You see this data of diminishment, eh? We don't talk about it enough. And I just want you to know, you have to be very careful. Do not let anybody let you edit the version of who you actually are. I wish I can talk more on that, but I need to move because I only have 4 more minutes. The third one is the detour of delay. If you know me, then you know I always say your time is not wasted. But don't waste your time. Your time is not wasted, but don't waste your time. This is the detour of not yet. All of you procrastinating, I'll pursue that dream when the time is right. Hey, my sister, there's never a right time. I'll take that opportunity when things settle down. When exactly will it settle down? I'll invest in myself when everyone else is taken care of. What about you? And the years pass, and the dream is still there. But now, the dream is quiet. It's there, waiting for the day you wake up from your sleep and slumber. But it's quiet. The detour of delay is painful. Because guess what? The detour of delay is self-imposed. You are the one telling yourself, tomorrow I'll do it. And before you, have you ever had an idea to do something, a business idea? And because while you were parabolating and detouring, somebody else started that business. And you're like, no, she stole my idea. My dear, when God was giving you that idea, it was floating all over. You didn't grab it. Someone else grabbed it, and now you're complaining. You see this one, I want to warn you. Yes, you. I want to warn you. You see that thing that you have been holding on to, that you're waiting for that perfect time. This is that proof that God is listening to you. Go start it. There's never going to be a perfect time. There's never going to be a perfect time. Tonight, we're talking about the glass detour. And if there's one thing I want everyone listening to me to hold on to, is this: the detour is not the end of your story. That detour is not the end of your story. It is a chapter. Yes, a difficult, disorienting, sometimes extremely painful chapter, but not the final one. It's not the end of your journey. And don't let anybody make you feel like because a detour happened in your life, maybe I've had people who their detour started off from they lost their spouse, or they lost their child, or they lost their business, or something, or they lost their father, or life happened. Life happened, and that's how they found themselves there. Please remember that it is just a chapter. Because the woman who recognizes she has been rerouted has already done the hardest part. She has looked at her life with honesty. A lot of us need to look at our life with honesty. And honesty is always the beginning of you finding your way back. If where you are right now is not where you want to be, you have to first be honest with yourself that this is where I am and this is where I want to be. Then find a way to find your way back to that place. The way back doesn't have to be drastic. It doesn't have to mean burning everything down and starting over. Sometimes it is just you understanding where you are. It is just you understanding where you are and what you can do to become the version of yourself that you want. One conversation that you're avoiding can be how you find your way. One dream you stop apologizing for can be how you find your way. One version of yourself you finally give permission to show up can be how you find your way. Raji says, that is why I started up my shop immediately after my training. And today, God has really showed up for me. That is what we're talking about. Because the road that was always yours, it is still there waiting. It is waiting for you, and it is never too late. It is never too late. And I want to say, nobody wakes up one morning and decides to abandon their path. So don't let anybody make you feel like, oh, you are a failure. There's no one that wakes up and wants to abandon their path. It never happens like that. It happens in small moments. Life happens, reality sets in. And the moment you said yes when you were meant to say no, those little moments, the moment you make yourself easy to manage, the moment you told yourself, this is okay, I'll manage it. I can work with this. This is enough. Those little moments, it was building up together. But guess what? It is not the end of your journey. So as I wrap up this evening, I want you to reflect on something. Where did your detour begin? What was the moment? What was that moment? What was the decision? What was the expectation that quietly moved your compass? And then ask yourself one more important question. What is that one thing you can do this week that you're going this month, this year? What is that one step that you can take back towards the road that is actually yours. A lot of us are living other people's life. A lot of us are living other people's dream. What is that one step that you will take to take a step back and redirect yourself? Because the glass detour does not have to be permanent. You are not too far gone. You are not late. Never let anyone tell you you're late. You're simply a woman who is finally asking the right question. And that is where every journey begins. So go retrace your step back. Thank you so much for listening. I wish I had more time to dissect this, but my time is fast spent. Thank you so much to my producer, Rose Yusuf Kaisa, my executive producer, Tom Okewale Shonaya, my executive assistant, Rosemary Benbasti, to everyone who tried to call, and to all my amazing social media fans who's been engaging, dropping comments back to back. You guys are the real MVP. Now, if you're watching me and you'd like to follow me on social media, or if you're listening to me, yeah, because if you're watching, you're probably already following, right? I am Kiki Okewale is my personal page. I am Kiki Okewale. Make sure you follow me. I drop daily videos, daily nuggets, and yes, this program is brought to you by What Tribe, Women Are Achievers Tribe. Join me again next week, Friday, at exactly 5 p.m. on Real Women Real Talk with Kiki Okewale. I am Kiki Okewale. Make sure you find time to think about what I said earlier. This weekend, think about it. This is where I am. This is where I want to be. What can I do to find myself back on track? You're never too late. All right? Okay. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care of yourself and make sure you create time for yourself. Do have a restful evening. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay blessed, and stay happy. I remain yours, Kiki Okewale. And I am leaving you with this song, Fight for Us by Faith. Fight for Us by Faith. All right, guys. Bye.
It's all about love. It's all about your love. Like all about your love. Feeling like for just, feeling fine for just. Spend my life for you, I die for us.